Mother who was recently found dead after she was missing for days. 7's Victoria Price is live in Dorchester with more.
Ryan, Sherrell Pringle lived in Woburn, but she grew up here in Dorchester. Well over 100 people, perhaps close to 200, coming out tonight. Some who are still here to say goodbye to a woman they say was taken far too soon. On a quiet night in Dorchester, the love for Sherrell Pringle could be heard loud and clear.
She always was happy. She always was smiling.
Loved ones gathering not far from where Pringle grew up to pray, mourn for, and remember the 40-year-old mother, sister, and friend.
I know she's smiling at the love she's getting right now.
Pringle's body was found last Tuesday in a marsh along Route 107 in Saugus. Authorities suspect foul play, and while her boyfriend Bruce Mabin has been arrested, he is only charged with larceny and obstruction.
You just came and you just destroyed somebody's family like it was nothing. Because she didn't want you. You wasn't good enough for her. That's why. You're scum. You're just scum. That's all you are. You're just scum. I don't even feel sorry for you. You'll get what you deserve. Who does a woman like that?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Milliwa. Milliwa.
December 18th, 2021, a Saturday evening in Woburn, Massachusetts. Sherrell Pringle kissed her son goodbye, left her car keys on the kitchen table, and headed out for date night. By morning, she hadn't come home. By afternoon, her phone was going straight to voicemail. 3 days later, her own family would find her body in a marsh off Route 107. The man she left with, he was already telling people he dropped her off safe. This is the story of a woman who had everything to live for: a college degree, a career, a son she adored, and a dream home she'd just made an offer on. But it's also a story about what happens when love becomes dangerous, when silence speaks louder than words, and when a family refuses to wait for answers. Sherrell Michelle Pringle was born on January 19, 1981, in Boston, Massachusetts. By the time she was 40 years old, she had built a life worth celebrating. She wasn't someone who took shortcuts. After graduating from West Roxbury High School, she earned her associate's degree in business from Roxbury Community College. Then she pushed further, graduating from UMass Boston with a bachelor's degree in fashion design. For over a decade, Sherrell worked at the Steward Medical Group in Watertown. She was reliable, professional, and dedicated. But her greatest pride was her 9-year-old son, Jamani. Their bond was unbreakable. She pushed him to do better, to be more. And he knew without question that his mother always had his back. Sherrell loved taking photos, traveling, and shopping. She lived life on her own terms, ambitious, genuine, and always moving forward. By December 2021, she was on the verge of a major milestone: homeownership. After years of hard work, she was finally ready to have a place that was truly hers. But there was one complication in her life. His name was Bruce Mabin. Sherrell and Bruce had been in an on and off relationship for about 8 months. And when we say on and off, we mean troubled, inconsistent. The kind of situation where you know it's not right, but you keep circling back anyway. On Saturday, December 18th, Sherrell spent the afternoon doing something exciting. She went with her mother, Pearl, to view a house in Brockton. A home inspector was there. This was serious. This was her dream, right in front of her. But the whole time they were there, Bruce kept texting, kept calling, over and over. And then he showed up, just appeared at the house viewing, like he couldn't let her have even a few hours to herself. After the inspection, Sherrell told her mother she had plans that evening date night with Bruce. She left her car in the driveway at her home in Woburn, left her keys sitting on the kitchen table. Bruce picked her up around 1:30 p.m., and they headed out. A witness later reported seeing Sherrell and Bruce together at a Boston nightclub that night. They were there until about 1:30 a.m. The witness said they left before the club closed. That was the last time anyone outside of Bruce saw Sherrell Pringle alive. Bruce's story was simple. He said he dropped Sherrell off at her house around 3 a.m. He said he brought her home safe, like he did his part, and everything was fine. But Jamani, Sherrell's son, who lived in that house, said his mother never came home. By Sunday morning, nobody could reach her. Calls went unanswered. Texts went unread. Sherrell's phone just kept ringing and ringing. Then it started going straight to voicemail. Her family started to panic. This wasn't like her. Sherrell stayed in touch. She checked in. She didn't just disappear. They filed a missing person report and told authorities everything they knew. Sherrell had gone out with her four-year-old boyfriend, Bruce Maben, on Saturday night and hadn't been seen or heard from since. Pearl Garner, Sherrell's mother, couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about how cold it was outside, kept wondering if her daughter was somewhere cold, if she had a coat, if she was safe. "It's been pure hell," Pearl would later say. "I'm a mother. That's my child. I feel like my heart has been ripped out." And here's what made the family even more suspicious. Bruce went silent. When you're the last person someone was with and they go missing, you're supposed to be front and center. You're supposed to be calling police, talking to the family, doing everything you can to help. Bruce did none of that. And that silence told Sherrell's family everything they needed to know. Sherrell's family decided they couldn't wait. They took matters into their own hands. Jimani started tracking his mother's phone. On Monday, December 20th, 2 days after his mother went missing, he found it. Sherrell's phone was in a catch basin on the side of the road in Lynn, Massachusetts, not far from where Bruce lived. Let that sink in. A 9-year-old had to track down his mother's phone and pull it from a sewer drain because no one else was moving fast enough. The next day, December 21st, Sherrell's family and friends organized their own search party. They weren't waiting anymore. They were out there on foot, searching every inch of the area. And then they found her purse, just lying there, a few feet off Route 107, near the Rumney Marsh Reservation in Saugus. They kept searching, kept pushing through the brush. And then, just a few feet away from where that purse was found, they saw her. Sherrell Pringle's body was lying in the marsh. Her own family found her, her mother, her son, her brother, her friends. They were the ones who discovered Sherrell's remains 3 days after she went missing. Pearl Garner broke down right there. "It's been pure hell," she said through tears. "I feel like my heart has been ripped out." The Essex County District Attorney's Office immediately suspected foul play. This wasn't an accident. Sherrell had been killed. Bruce's story about dropping her off at 3 a.m.? It was a lie. Sherrell never made it home. Investigators believe she was murdered in the early morning hours of December 19th, shortly after leaving that nightclub. Here's what police discovered. Bruce had stolen $1,200 from Sherrell that night, took her money right before he killed her. After he murdered her, he set fire to the car they'd been driving in, trying to destroy evidence. And while Sherrell's family was out searching for her, posting flyers, begging for information, Bruce Maben was posting on social media about her being missing. He put up posts acting concerned, like he was just as worried as everyone else, like he didn't know exactly where she was. The investigation moved quickly once her body was found. But honestly, the family had already done most of the work. They found the phone. They found the purse. They found the body. Every single piece of evidence pointed back to Bruce Maben. The phone dumped near his residence, the stolen money, the burned car, his social media posts, his silence with the family. 2 days after Sherrell's body was found, Bruce Maben was taken into custody on December 23, 2021. The initial charges: larceny over $1,200, tampering with evidence, and obstruction of justice. The murder charge came about a month later. When Bruce appeared in court for those initial charges in January 2022, a not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. He was ordered held without bail. A grand jury heard testimony and reviewed evidence. Eventually, Bruce Maben was convicted of first-degree murder in the death of Sherrell Pringle. When sentencing day came, Bruce showed up to court in a light blue button-up shirt. He sat there while Sherrell's family prepared to speak. Pearl Garner stood in front of the man who killed her daughter, and she didn't hold back. "You're an idiot," she said. "You don't deserve to be walking here. You will get what you deserve, because God don't like ugly." Pearl talked about how Sherrell loved to travel, loved to hike, how she had just put an offer on her dream home. That offer was accepted after Sherrell died. She never got to walk through those doors, never got to move in. Sherrell's brother spoke too. "I have to stay strong for my mom and my nephew," he said. "No man ever wants to show weakness, but I've washed cities away behind closed doors with my tears." Bruce Mabin was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He'll never walk free. He'll spend the rest of his life behind bars, exactly where he belongs. Sherrell Pringle was 40 years old when her life was stolen from her. She was a college graduate, a dedicated employee, a loving mother. She had worked hard for everything she had, and she was on the verge of achieving another milestone, owning her own home. But Bruce Mabin decided that if he couldn't have her, nobody could. What Sherrell's family had to endure, searching for her themselves, finding her body themselves, sitting through a trial and hearing every horrific detail that's trauma that doesn't heal. Jimani lost his mother at 19 years old. He had to track her phone and pull it from a sewer. No child should have to do that. This case shows the gaps in how missing persons cases are handled, especially when the missing person is a Black woman. Sherrell's family felt like they weren't being heard, like the urgency wasn't there. And so they did the work themselves. Sherrell deserved better. She deserved to live in that dream home. She deserved to watch her son grow up. Instead, she's gone, all because she trusted the wrong person one too many times. If this story affected you, I encourage you to share it. Domestic violence is real, and it can happen to anyone, regardless of education, income, or background. Hit that subscribe button if you want more cases told with respect and depth. Drop a comment and let me know what you think, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. Rest in peace, Sherrell Michelle Pringle. Your family fought for you. They found you. They made sure your story was told. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.